All right, guys, we got a big patch today on October 9th, 2025 for Borderlands 4. We got some big gear balance adjustments. They probably over buffed the Ruby's Grasp. This gun was already really good. I actually used this on my Rafa and it's crazy. They've also increased the fire rate by 25%. The Ruby's Grasp is about to be really good. You have to get this from Wildcard, so I'm kind of okay with it being pretty strong because Wildcard is a bit of an ass. The bully drone damage increased by 50%, bully base damage increased by 50%, rangefinder base damage increased by 30%. The Queen's Rest spawn chances increased from 30% to 50%. The Queen's Rest fire rate is increased by 50%. Seventh Sense orb damage is increased by 250%. Bro. The Hellwalker base damage is being increased by 30%. Let's hope that that brings it up stronger than Purple Jacobs. And then the Convergence, who I don't think I saw anybody complaining about, it got a base damage increase of 25%. Harlow mains are about to just absolutely destroy the universe with this thing. Additional changes: legendary TD shotgun anarchy was adjusted to properly award stacks of mutualism when auto reloading or killing enemies. All pets from all classes such as trouble, specters, reapers, and forged weapons now properly gain critical hit chance from passives and gear. That's good. And adjustments made to Vex the Siren's Bleed to count as status effect damage because they had previously accidentally messed that up, so they basically fixed that. Once again, no nerfs. Enjoy. This is going to be good. All right, so first off in our buffs is the Hellwalker. Let's see how this thing feels now. It's not a one-shotter on Ultimate 5, but definitely feels better than it did. Still just doesn't feel like it has the same oomph that it did in Borderlands 3 for whatever reason. I don't know. Kind of odd. Oops, I just now fished myself. Yeah, the spread makes this really hard from range too. Oh, I got a second wind with it though. I think it's definitely better. I still feel like it's not where it needs to be yet, personally. But I'll let you guys be the judge. It just feels still a little short of where it needs to be. And when you have the choice between the Hot Slugger and this, I think a lot of people are just going to keep choosing the Hot Slugger, which kind of negates the point of this one being in there, right? All right, up next, let's test out the Convergence after the buff. As you can see, decent. This is the Moxxi's big Encore, so this guy has double the health that he normally has, so you can see it's really good. And if we use our action skill and then use it, it's going to be even better. It doesn't even care that that was a corrosive phase that we had to deal with. Now, this is only Ultimate 1. Keep in mind, my Harlow has not yet hit Ultimate 5. I need to work on that, but still, really good. Works really well. All right, let's try the Seventh Sense versus that same boss. We're going to need to hit some crits to make this thing work. As you can see, that's really pretty good damage right there. So basically what this thing got buffed was like these little orbs that come out when you hit crits, but you can't even see them. So I don't really understand the whole process, but you can tell that if you're not hitting crits, it's not going to be as much damage. But if you're hitting crits consistently, then you get really good damage with this gun now. I think the Seventh Sense is actually probably one of the better pistols in the game, as long as you're accurate, which means that I hate this gun. Just kidding. It's actually really good. So solid buff right there by Gearbox, in my opinion. And you see it just absolutely tanks enemies. We're going to test out the Ruby's Grasp. As you can see, we're on Ultimate 5. This thing actually is doing pretty decent actual just pistol damage now, but it's always done really good throw reload damage. And that's what this thing's always been about for me, is using it as a throw reload machine, which you can see it just absolutely decimates enemies. So I think the Ruby's Grasp got a really huge glow up that it honestly probably didn't even really need, but it is nice to see it do well just as its gun damage too, instead of being just purely about the chucks like it had been. So it's nice to be able to use it as a regular pistol as well. All right, up next, let's test out the Queen's Rest. Now, the one that I got is the slutty, filthy Queen's Rest.
Sweet baby cheese.
So this one has Torgue Impact or Torgue Sticky Rounds. We're gonna do sticky rounds, and let's just go find some enemies to shoot. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Put a bunch on the crit spot. Pretty decent. All right, let's try it in just impact mode. Definitely gonna get better use out of this with the sticky rounds, in my opinion. So you can see that the little micro rockets that you get out of this thing are spawning more consistently than they had been before. And those come in and help out with some damage. All in all, I mean, this is pretty good. I still feel like pistols in general are much weaker than, you know, say assault rifles and SMGs and even shotguns and sticks that you find on the ground. And
look how they massacred my boy.
This is definitely an improvement over where it was. It was like still not that great, but it'll work. It'll do. All right, up next, the bully. So this one, when the gun shields are activated, it launches an attack drone every 14 seconds. So basically, aim down sights, it'll send out an attack drone, and it'll do that every 14 seconds. As you can see, there goes my attack drone. You can see it's shooting this enemy for me, and I get a second win because of that. And you can see it still feels just a little weakish, better than it was. And again, we are on Ultimate 5. It kind of begs the question, why would I use a pistol when literally every other weapon type seems to do more damage? This is better than it was for sure. Every aspect of the bully is now better, but it just still feels a little underwhelming. And the last pistol on the list is the Rangefinder. And you can see already, I don't have the best roll in this one. Mine has the secondary fire of SMG. Man, I do not like these types of guns. I reload is nice and fast. All right, let's do it in just regular pistol mode. All right, so I'm just gonna be completely blunt. I think the Rangefinder needs probably a much higher buff than what it got. Don't find this gun enjoyable at all. Burst fire weapons in general just aren't much fun in a game where, you know, you can have full auto and do crazy damage. It's not the world's worst, but again, just like the bully, you know, why would I use this when there's other options? You know what I mean? All right, this week's Moxxi's big encore is Directive O, who is located in the Terminus district. You do have to do one side quest first called One Gassy Issue, which will be located right here on your map. Now, the location is actually over here. It's called Iron Wall Resolve. And to get there, the fastest way is going to be from the Frantic Scrawl. If you just run past this, this will trigger this fast travel. And then you're going to run down through this way and you're going to go in through here. Here's how to open that door. Bullseye. All right, so to get to Directive O, you just need to do what I just now did right there. Grab that thing, pop open this door located right here in the Terminus district of Dominion. So this is actually a really good opportunity for you guys to get yourself multiple shiny items this week. Multiple of those phosphine skins, like what you see I'm holding right here with my Katagawa's. Phosphine skins that you can get this week would be the Whiskey Tango, the Rowan's Charge, and Bonnie and Clyde assault rifle. 3 different assault rifles you can get this week. So make sure you spend your iridium, 100 iridium, to do this. You drop in, you fight this guy, and you have a very, very high chance at rewards on every single kill with this boss. Also, remember, you don't have to do this with ultimate mode turned on. You can do this on easy mode and it will give you the same results. Come in here, farm these up this week. Again, there's 3 different weapons that you can get shiny versions of this week. So this is a great time to do it, especially if you have some friends that are wanting to do it too, because then you guys can split the respawn cost over and over and make your life a lot easier. Now, to get to Maurice's Black Market this week, if you start from the fast travel station at the Lockaway, what you'll do is you'll just head out from there and you're going to head up into the northeastern section into this zone right here. So let me plot my course and we'll head over there. And you're going to get to this part right here where you have this this fountain of air. If you jump on this, it'll launch you up here. Then you see this grappling hook. And when you come up here, there's your Maurice vending machine. So once again, located right here on your map. Now this week I have in there the War Paint and the Phantom Flame, and I gotta be honest, not happy with my options here. The War Paint's good, it's just not great. And the Phantom Flame is not one that got buffed this week. Of all the pistols that got buffed, this was not one of them. So lucky me. But everybody has a different inventory this week, so make sure you check your machine, because you will not have the same things as me, or if you do, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that the game hates you too. All right, up next we got the weekly wildcard mission, and this is going to reward you a lot of XP, a lot of iridium, a lot of money, and a guaranteed legendary item. There are modifiers on this one: invisible, leaking, and chromatic, and oh my god, this is not going to be fun, but let's do it.
15 minutes later.
And your reward, the Phantom Flame. Again, this pistol did not get a buff this week, so kind of funny that that's this week's reward. One of the other things that happened this week is, as a community, we managed to get a ton of vault boss kills. A grand total of just short of 1 million Primordial Guardians were killed by Amon players. As such, we've unlocked this skin right here, which I will paste this code into the description of this video. It'll also be the top pinned comment, so if you want to grab yourself that Amon skin that you can see right there, it's pretty nice. All right, in other news, what we got coming up next week is going to be even bigger, it sounds like. According to Mario from Gearbox, says we have a few buffs this week, but hold on to your butts because next week is going to be a food one. I'm pretty sure he meant to say good one, but that's all right. We have a lot in store, so get your reading glasses ready and your controllers and mouse and keys cleaned up because you're gonna want to be playing with all the cool stuff our team has cooked. I can't wait to see what they come up with next week. Hopefully some more buffs for Amon and Harlow's Blue Tree, maybe some buffs for some other Vex stuff other than bleed. We'll see how it goes. Rafa could still use some love on the melee side of things. There's a bunch of different weapons that still need some love. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you this week, guys. Hope you guys enjoy these patch notes. If you did, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.